Hi, welcome to the small shed. This Saturday we're back in the garage. Hopefully this will be the last video and we'll be moving Hettie back into her new home. See you in a minute. Now the last big hurdle was getting the floor down in the garage. That's done. There's a lot of messing around with little bits and pieces which we'll just run through as we do them now to get it ready to become an inhabitable place. There's still a lot of stuff to clear up and throw away, but let's get out there now, give it a good tidy up, get the stuff put away, and hopefully, as I say, at the end of it we'll be putting Hettie to bed in her new home and we can make a start in the future on getting her repaired and back on the road. So in that way it's a pretty huge milestone for me after I think it's 2006, so that's 16 years that it's been sitting lingering in the garage. We've now got somewhere, I hope at the end of the day, that we'll be able to work on her in. So let's just go pop over the garage and make a start. Right, so having got the floor done, I just threw the bench back in, but because it was originally set up on the old floor where there were all sorts of level issues, it's currently about 10 mil dropping down at the front. The legs at the ends I know taper in slightly, so I've got to take it all down now, which won't take long. Paint all the legs and supports in grey. I've got a drawer that's been kicking around in the shed for a long time that I think will, with the runners, will fit in there okay, or the other side. I haven't yet made my mind up yet, but that will give me a nice bit of storage there. And I've got these boxes that we got from the scrap store for literally a couple of quid for the whole lot. I just want to make a little unit in, apply, I'll house that in that half, or as I say, either side, it doesn't matter, they're both the same. And then same with this bench, I'm just going to overlay the top of that and the front with the ply again, so that we're getting a bit more of a plywood sort of accent on the garage and the grey. But that will then tidy all that up and I can get the rest of all this rubbish, carefully preserved useful stuff under that side and back into here with the engines, and then I can actually just start and get on and do stuff. So this is hopefully the last real job that needs doing. This is the cutting list for the box. It's basically 500 by 500, 200 high. It's got a mid rail or a mid shelf, and I'm going to put a back on it to get a bit of strength. It's got to carry a little bit of weight, and I think if I can rebate the back line into a back, it will give that shelf a bit of support. Fairly straightforward, but again I'm doing it down at the shed because of cutting 500 by 500 pieces of plywood is much easier down here than at home. I can do the routering down here, get it all set up as a kit of parts, and then go back home and glue it up and get it ready for the garage. just got that done. Just got to mount the runners for this drawer. Decided to keep that one over that side because I can keep all the stuff for the bench in that one under the vise. I'll just strip it back out again now, give it a coat of grey. That's all now fitted, so it's ready for its work top, and we can start and get it finalised. Right, so there we have it. As far as the videos is going, that's it. I'm not going to do any more in here other than what you'll see happening as time goes on, as we work on hettie. It's not 100% there yet. There's still the electrical work to sort out sockets. I'm still on the plug box at the moment, and there's 2 or 3 bits of toolboxes and car cleaning stuff I've still got to find a space for. But I've got room to work. I can walk around, I can get the car in and out. The car is no longer full of stuff that was nothing to do with the car. It's just become a workshop rather than a dumping ground, and I know where everything is reasonably well. It still needs more refining, it still needs more clearing out. There will come a point in time when I'll think I don't really need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20 or 30 sets of spur shelving brackets, because there is not much more room. I've got a little bit of spur to put up over there, but that will go. It's the same with the sealants. I don't know that I really need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tubes of sealant, much of which is probably 15 or 20 years old. Still got the resins there that are out of date, and some of the tools want a bit of a cull or at least a tidy up. But I can do that bit at a time as and when the mood takes. I've now got a workbench that's solid, fully installed. I haven't yet put the drawer runners on that one, but I've got my little unit for for storage. I've got another one that I'm going to make later on for another set of boxes there, that is a pair of very deep boxes, and as and when all of these things become finished and into use, that will in turn slacken up space elsewhere, because I'll start to put sockets and socket sets in that drawer and things like that, and that'll free up space there. But on the whole, I'm happy. I've got exactly what I wanted. I knew this was never going to be ideal. It was never going to be big enough. It's like the shed, it just isn't big enough. The shed is another story, because of course that's had the inevitable fallout from this, that I've taken stuff from here and put back in the shed, and that is now close to being difficult to get into. But again, it's something just to deal with bit at a time. Fundamentally, this is the important thing, to get it basically finished and ready to start and do some work on Hettie. I can take bits off her, I can put them on the bench and work on them, I can push it outside without having to move a huge amount of stuff around. It's just the answer to it all, I think. So that's it. That's where we are at the moment. I hope it was of interest. Look forward to seeing you next time. We'll try and do something different. I'll see you then. Bye.